Hello everyone, this is Michi Hoyer from Avid Chronic Racing. Today we're gonna have a different kind of episode of the Simpit show here, and I would really like you guys to welcome to have some play with me here on Motorsport Manager. And while speaking for now, I hope you guys can hear me really good because I have to speak considerably quiet because down at the house everyone is sleeping quite deep, I hope. So yes, why I was thinking about you guys might like watching us play some different kind of things, which is still to do with racing. I know several people really been deep into racing and really love racing and have a lot of knowledge on general racing, race strategy, car development, car physics, and so on. So nevertheless, those guys already told me as well that they said something like, well, yeah, they can race a car, they can drive rFactor, they can drive iRacing or whatever. They won't just be particularly good or won't be as good as other guys might be. So nevertheless, they are still too much very deep into racing, and I would thought like, well, I mean, we are the Simpit, the Simpit got its Simpit Pitcrew, so why don't we make use of that Pitcrew and go deep into a race, watch a race, get some mind games on what's going to happen next, and what's probably the right adjustment in a situation. So I hope that this show is going to be some kind of interactive. I will explain a lot for the people looking at this game the first time. Nevertheless, I want you to guys enjoy it and maybe take on a little bit on the action with me. So yes, Dr. 9085, I'm a German. Since you're writing here in German language, just for me it's same for you, close to midnight. Nevertheless, I love to give you guys some entertainment up. So we continue our game here, which is obviously me being team manager of Avid Chronic Racing, surprisingly. So we go on with that, and we just had our 10th of 11th race last time around. Hey Michael, thank you very much for joining as well. And yeah, just to give you guys a little bit more insight into that kind of game, I will go through the next processes of racing and managing the team. So here's the driver's view, the main driver and the reserve driver, as well as the chairman. Sadly enough, you cannot do anything about the chairman. He will kick you out of your own team if you don't operate or perform well. Nevertheless, looking at drivers, Andre Gomez, he is already full developed, like there is nothing to gain anymore rather than morale. Edda, he just got a 4th star, not being completed yet, so that means she still gets some values here until she's full build. And yeah, drive experience or driver skill increase weekend by weekend. Nevertheless, we continue to the next page. And here you have the financial breakdown. So car parts that had been produced in the year, you always spend money for the next year's car. So next year's car is low investment here at the minute. There's a lot of money for this year's car to perform at the rate what it's currently performing. Driver's fees, race mechanics fees, designer fees, HQ upkeep and stuff. I mean, you can read all that stuff out by yourself. Sponsorships, their payment goes either each race or for a certain result. Pit crew fees and so on. So In the last race we made a total income of, well, we lost some money, and the current balance is minus 4 million, which is close to very dangerous because, okay, now it is dangerous, because if you go below 5 million, you're not able to pay anything whatsoever. Just ignore those pictures here, they're kind of wrong, so there's a different mod from the workshop going on. So this is the current championship standing in the Asia Pacific Super Cup, which is one ladder above the European Racing Series, and above the Asia Pacific there's some sort of Formula 1. Can't actually remember how it's called, but you will see all the other events as well. So, looking at our drivers, they're currently 1st and 5th here in the championship. So we continue, and now here comes the real part of managing your team. You will now see the dashboard. Dashboard is your main drivers and their skills, braking, cornering, smoothness, overtaking. Like literally everything has a few more gorges to tell and a few more stories to tell, and yeah, you can go very deep into everything. Something that's considerably important is marketability, because they will, well, that rate will tell you about or influence your sponsors coming up. Then you have driver traits, so there's, just like in real life, some stuff happening out there which has some influence on driver's performance, as well as on the car performance then in the end. Nevertheless, going back, here's your chairman's happiness. You should always be above 50%. So season objective was to come 4th or above, and currently we are 3rd in team championship. I can show you. Yes, there we are. Avid Chronic Racing F1 team, 3 wins, together with Eastwood, 14 points, and I think the last race gives double points. Yeah, double point counting. So that still means we can do a good job. So, as we said, back to the home display. So there is a performance improvement currently going on, and you can see what the team stats are. Like the car is probably the 9th best on the grid, just, but we do have good drivers. They are like 5th best on the grid. The headquarters is the best throughout the entire branch here, only looking in the current championship though. Staff 4th best on the grid, sponsors average P5, and Pitcrew is the 3rd best here. So definitely some good values in here. Nevertheless, the car needs a lot of improvement still, which we are going to look into right now. So here's our car, classic Avid Chronic Racing colors. Probably have to change that a little bit towards next year, since of the very latest activity going on with suck speed here. So here you're looking at the car, you improve parts, you fit parts that are currently on stock, and you design new parts. Because we are at the end of the season, we don't design any new parts. But we will have a look at the next race, which is 24 days. This is Phoenix Grand Prix. So a very good engine is important, because we need a lot of top speed, a lot of low speed corners, and a lot of high speed corners, so aerodynamics are quite important. Looking at our current car, so we fit into the parts. And it is that I think Edda is the main #1 driver. So getting the better equipment here. We will quickly have a look. So overall comment. well, yeah, being just the 9th best car overall definitely doesn't help on driver's happiness. So that's why she's probably a bit angry. But on the other hand, now she's got the latest and newest parts fitted into the car, which makes her very happy. On the other hand, we have Andre, and yeah, that guy is probably not too happy at all. So looking into car performances, or into parts, there's always a performance rate and always a durability rate. At the end of the year, the best performance part that you have is going to be carried over as being the original part, and its reliability is going to be reduced quite a bit. So in the brakes, it would be on the one car there will be brakes fitted 306 performance and 40 reliability, and on the second car 281 brakes and 40 reliability. So now we want to have a look at engine. We have two identical engines here being full build throughout the season. One is put in the one car, one is put in the other car, as you can see. So nothing to change about that. On the front wing, that's a specification part by administration, so it's same for everyone, you can't develop on it. Gearbox is not too important, the rear wing. And I remember this, that I've started to produce a new rear wing, which is that one. And that gives, on soft, super soft and ultra soft, gives it a 50 additional performance on those tires in high speed corners. So that would be from 242 up to 292. Looking at Phoenix, there will be soft and medium available, so we plan to do a full race here on that soft tire, because that will trigger the bonus here. The only issue I have currently is reliability, so going towards backwards into the improved parts, and I will only be able to do that after I've checked all my mails. So that was just a report of last week's race. That is a report on the car conditions, so there needs to be some fixing time. Pitcrew will need about 12 hours to fix the car. So then there is an interview that we're gonna take. We're gonna quickly accept it. So simple question: which one of your driver is better? I'm not answering that to not get anyone in bad mood. However, that goes down minus 10% on team marketability. As we quickly head on, quick report on performance. 2 pit stop start race. That was 8.4 seconds. Broke our previous pit stop record this season. Alright, so we could look at our pit crew, and that's something completely new for me. I've never had that. I mean, I've played this game for a couple of times, but that was a couple of time ago as well. I will look at that at a different point of time. And yeah, that is just another news. So we quickly continue to let the car repairs, as we have our first dilemma. So we rarely speak one-to-one, but inform the time we've spent together. I can already tell that you are a decent, well-intentioned manager. Thank you very much. So, Chairman's happiness. We'll probably not do that. We now can see that we got 6 offers from sponsors. So the race bonus sponsors, they will always give you a specific amount of money. So upfront payment, none at all, but a bonus of 1,700 or 1.7 million if you win a race. We don't gonna take that because there are better offers to come, up to 3. So looking at this, 12 races for 4 million, 8 races for 350 upfront and 250 per race, which makes that value probably around 2.5 million or something. 8 races for that amount. I quickly need to do some calculation because the 12 race contract, this one, gives me around 3,333,000 per race, whereas this one in the middle gives me about 300 per race. So that's the best offer at this point. Will also give some decent money. As we look into the car again, they're still working on the car conditions, so still fixing the car. Hence why we click go on a bit. And we have another email. Finish repairing both cars. And guys get now back on improvement parts. So that's where we are. Looking at reliability for that rear wing. Don't want to have it 100%. About that maybe. Can have it like that though. So everything is being ready in front, up front the race. As we want to see whether we can improve something else. Suspension is standard part. There's not much really to do. Can move even further. That bar, great. So it gives a lot of opportunity to still improve other car parts as well. I mean, the more durable they are, the less easy they will break. So I would not like to bore you guys and quickly carry on a little bit, but you see this game is very complex as we now quickly gonna roll through the weeks. Before 1 week is done, and yeah, I think we can carry on straight after looking at other offers from sponsors. So 11 races for 1.5, that's gonna give us 140 per race. That's gonna give us 1.5 million after 10 races, so that's a little better than that. The best thing though is clearly this one, because that's up to 2.2 million in 10 races. And on the sponsor bonus we have, that's gonna be a tricky one, this one. I mean, if we win it, oh, that's a full gamble. If we would win the next race. So I quickly have to look at the car again. So the rear wing, the best on the grid. But the engine, the 9th best, so we don't gonna take the gamble. Gonna take the safe game. And in this case, because we won't reach any of those targets ever, we accept a race that's, or the sponsor that's binding us the shortest time, which is 5 races, and gives us the best upfront payment. There you go. Yes, you start with Oh dear, I don't know with how much money you start in the beginning of the story, but I think it's about 10 million what you start with, and then you have to invest into your HQ as well. So a lot of things going on. Interesting stuff here. Gomez is meditating a little bit, which means he has an impact of additional 2 on focus, which is good. Right, since now the car is further being improved, that means we're gonna continue. There's another race going on, the Motor World Championship, which is Formula 1. Willie, this game is Motorsport Manager, and I thought I'd get on with something different for today, just to give you guys a different shot. So, looking at our headquarters, there's a test track. Test track is required to build better engines. It improves driver cornering, driver overtaking of the car, and costs like 12 million to upgrade to Epic. And yeah, what's best in the championship is the design. Overall, we have the best headquarters. As I already said, the performance is best, stuff is third best, and marketing and brand is just second best, but could be a lot better though. Nevertheless, going on, there you see your team, all your stuff going on, drivers, you have to do contracts every single time. So stuff, that's an interesting thing as well. You have a lead designer, which comes in place when you develop new engine parts. And then you have the race mechanic. Every race mechanic is bound to a driver, and as long as they work together, as you can see, there is an impact on the recent changes down the screen, and the better they work together, the more benefits it gives between race mechanic and the driver, such as sweeter spots. The green sweet spots in qualifying is bigger. There's a window where the tire needs to operate in, and that is then bigger on your warm-up lap. You need to manage it as soon as you have a qualifying enabled. Or it removes the red zone from the car condition, push it to the limit. So from the car condition, those are the red zones where parts brake considerably easy and fast. So that's gonna be reduced as well. Pit crew, we had talked about that. You can scout other people, different race drivers, like this maybe. So you can tell your scouting people that you wanna scout on, I don't know. I mean, basically, those people are already scouted. I can approach a driver, but he's not interested, which is fair enough. So scouting means if you go to all, we're looking maybe for specific, at least 3.5 stars. Little less. We're looking for young drivers. They are all scouted already, so we don't care about that. Looking at finances, we set the budget for the new car to a lot, since we don't need any money for this season anymore. And let's see if we get another money. Yeah, okay, I've already asked for it. So we're definitely looking forward to, maybe earn some money at the end. So continue, and we go on with racing quite soon, guys, that's for sure. Yes, Willie, I do have the GT car mod downloaded and approved. I'm looking into my mails. Yeah, this is currently better than our target. 4th report on the upcoming race, so little race briefing, 13 lap race. Bone dry race, 0% of rain. all of the high-speed corners on the circuit cars with good rear wings will benefit for additional downforce. That's what we have. Our rear wing is looking great, so all the race should go well. Compounds chosen is soft and medium, we do know that. Track is quite abrasive, so need to do a good job on tire wear. That's all from him. So looking again at the improved car parts, both is very much to 100%. I mean, I can basically remove this and take on that. Go to the least 100%. And then we go on, and soon the race is about to take place. I still can improve some parts now. Don't need those. Gearboxes, engine, that's everything is full build here right now, so that's really good. So Michael, the cars are calculated against the other AI cars being in the competition right here. So factory stuff is idling, but that's okay because as you can see in the calendar, last race is going to come, and we now have to decide on sponsor, which is 4th or above to get 800,000. Despite having bad car, we try to go on the better sponsor here, as we're quickly changing car parts. Roof. I think all the other parts are already mounted on the car. Great. So that we finally can do some racing. So guys, do you know that game? Have you heard of it any before? Have you seen of any before? I mean, from a few of you guys I already saw and noticed that you did. So for today, select drivers to work on the car setup. So you have to also do the setup manually, and then you let your driver drive the car and will get feedback in the end. We're currently only working on the soft tires because that will be the tire we want to race on. Here's no rule that that tells you that you have to change or use 2 different type of compounds, I think. So we run both cars on the same compound. You will see that the car balance is quite a bit different from driver to driver and from car to car. There you go, we confirm soft. And then you can do weight stripping. So when weight stripping, you lose weight on the car, your performance is gonna be gained on some car parts. Here we're gonna look at not too much performance on the rear wing, because those are already quite good and will be used massively. You try to exceed the performance of the brakes a bit, and tiny bit on the engine, will be 85 I think. Gearbox, like that. As we keep this here. Same goes for there. So that's a way to take a little bit more weight off the car and improve the performance. Obviously you just can't adjust all the car's parts that you have designed by yourself. So there's a little bit of performance gained, and I'll try to increase that performance outcome on her a little bit more, to risk a little bit more. So reliability loss is quite big, nevertheless. Apply it to that session here. So we're into the car setups. We have done tire selection. It's same for everyone here. Yep, there we go. That means now we have to work on the setup. So we take the practice and we send out our drivers immediately with the sets we just did. We're looking for race trim, put it 2 laps of fuel with those tires and send them out. And they will then reply on the car balance, and we have to carefully look at those messages turning up here on the screen. As you now see them race, some sort of, and we concentrate on our number 1 driver here. As you can see, they are gathering setup knowledge while driving, so they then will be able to tell us or tell the engineers what feels good on the car, what feels bad on the car. Active knowledge here on the tires are important. They will give you a certain bonus for the race. So this is be either soft tire and race trim. We try to full build that in the end, which is level 3, if that hasn't changed. As we now wait for the first setup information to come in. Here you can also see tire condition, tire temperature, whether too hot or too cold, fuel, the different strategy mixes, whether you attack hard, you push hard on the tires, or you take it easy on the engine. So radio from Gomez, the gearing seems just right, that's okay. Same goes for Edda, which puts purple sector 1 for now. Well, that's obvious because we were the first car out here. I will just let the game roll in standard speed for now. Might turn that up during the race to not have it such a long duration, because I wanted to do the full process until race number 1 of the upcoming season, if you guys like. So, new message, feels like I've got just the right, and I missed to read out the rest, so maybe I can look into race control commentary feed. Nope, I think that's only for people watching. So downforce feels bang on, nice job. That's good on the downforce. So I think the setup of Edda is quite good. However, for Gomez we may need to do some fixing. But the setup knowledge of Gomez is already quite good. So we bring him in at the end of the lap. He has done a faster lap anyway than Edda. So we will gonna see what we have to change. Any expectations of you guys? So now looking as she comes in, as he comes in, sorry. As Edda goes fastest now, we look towards the feedback. So medium knowledge gained, and then the bars shrink together. So speed balance is excellent. Handling is just okay. Downforce should probably a bit lower. So put down a little bit of the downforce, and with the handling we go more towards oversteer. that helps anything. Yes, Michael, you had a specific question? No, not really. Because those inputs are somewhat... I don't really know how to say. They're somewhat fictional or somewhat fake here for this race. I mean, they make some kind of sense if you race on a track like Monza. You have low wings and longer gear ratios, and if you race on a track like Singapore or something, you have high wings and short gear ratios. So it's just making some kind of sense. But I wouldn't like really use it to simulate on the real race, because as you now have seen, the car balance was right in the middle for Gomez on the suspension in between understeer and oversteer, and you will see that the setting is quite different on the car of Edda, and she comes in right now, so she's totally happy with current setting. Look, handling here is very much towards the understeer. Nevertheless, I think she wants to have a little less aero, longer gear, maybe. Have to work a little bit on tire pressures to bring the handling back into the right position. There you go. Try that. And then we probably see whether it went into the right direction or not. So let's see if Gomez... We are now close to reaching the third level of bonus for soft tires and race trim. And we just hope to get that, because that helps massively in the race. So Gomez coming in, we immediately work on setup furthermore. As you can see, we dropped 7%. So, comparison of both sets. The gears are a tiny bit too long now, because purple is fast. Then we want to have a lot of understeer, and higher wings were better as well. So we're quickly gonna put a bit higher wings. Puts the speed balance automatically into the better position. We want to probably have it where the little arrow is. To achieve that, change a lot on the handling. We increase the camber, with more crashes. There you go. That's about right. So, going again on the same tire, further working on that setup. As I expect a message from Ada soon. So, downforce is feeling a bit off now. So we're missing something here, definitely. So we quickly get her in as well. So as we see, gear ratios, suspension stiffness have been spot on. However, the downforce was rare, but not very good. A lot more downforce. Now you have to play a lot with the settings, get suspension and everything back into the right position. Some settings work vice versa. Sometimes it's kinda cool to really adjust them. This is a real test. If you guys enjoy this, if you enjoy it, hit like. If you don't enjoy it and think that's boring, give it a dislike. I'm totally fine with that. So Gomez is now happy because this aero setup is a lot better. So we accelerate the time. Let those practice sessions finish. So there was an event. We had worn tires. Nevertheless, handling felt much better for Gomez. Really happy about the set. Good. We will see the happiness of Gomez in the end when going towards the race. I think there is no qualifying. Grid starting position will be the reversed order from the championship standings, which is 20 and P16 and start, I think. There you go. So we have to somehow make it to. Now we can finally add our knowledge from soft tires and race trim. I take this one here. And those here, because there are no ultra soft whatsoever. Car setup. That was fine. Save that set. Used Gomez. Same. Oh no, we just check on new tires, that's good. Fuel options, we definitely just gonna do one stop. And we both make it in lap 6 or lap 7, so we're gonna cruise a lot during the race and try to stretch out the stint. So we make it fully work. Or we just plan to do box lap 6 as well. On the second car, this one has 90-80, good. Hey ACR Raven, no, I'm not allowed, but I just take the risk of getting stewed up and banned streaming forever by my mother. That's why I talk very silent. I have to concentrate a lot on doing so. I heard a strange noise in there. Well, still streaming. Fuel options stay the same. So we confirm driver strategy. We take everything medium. Probably I can push a bit with the tires, but we have to be gently on the fuel to make it towards lap 6 of that race. So it was a interesting start by this. Well, yeah, that was Wood or Eastwood car, so championship contender. Just leave you alone with the pictures for a second here. We're looking on our number 1 driver and now side by side. But Edda really needs to get in front, so we tell our Gomez mate to let the team mate go. Hey Jens, you want to tell me about this fire mod? What does it do? Because I haven't played that game too long in the past couple of weeks. So I'm just unsure about what this is doing. as we are now trying to fuel mix a little bit here for Edda, but she can take some overtaking action. The field is still so low together and so close together. Yeah, now we're soon gonna run both at the end of the field. The other opportunity, of course, would have been to stay out of trouble. Let yourself fall back a little bit. Just do low on fuel. That's what is exactly what we're gonna do now, because I expect the people ahead to box a lot earlier. So most of the people will do a 2-stop if the game hasn't changed too much because of the fuel. Thank you very much, Raven. So what's the point of letting your cars burn? Oh yeah, I saw that thing in the workshop though. I wasn't really sure though whether this is some kind of fake mod or whether it actually makes sense. But now, as you can see, we're climbing a little bit through the field. As some guys are already planning to box. Weather is still dry. Grip will increase. So, first guys are in the pits. That will happen quite a lot, I think. So now there is time to push hard on the fuel, push hard on... Not sure whether to push hard on the tires, but I think you can do. You can wear them down to like 25% and then there's time to change tires. And it's now that we make up the time here for our pit stops. Only problem I do have now is that both cars are running considerably close within each other, which will make them wait on the pit stop to be finally serviced. As we are now low on fuel, so that means we're gonna box, take a fresh set of softs, fully refueling, parts look good. Try a very fast pit stop, and we're gonna do the very same here. Fill it up, have a fresh set of tires, pit strategy fast. That's that. And yes, I do not have enough fuel, however, with fuel economy. Go towards the end of that race, as we now need to look after the tires a little bit more. And we are already putting in low fuel consumption, because we're now really going to be on an economy drive as we enter the pits with the leading guys. So it's definitely interesting whether we can have a good pit stop. Hopefully refueling goes well. It does. So our number one driver gained some spots, and now we are out on this economy race. Things went totally wrong though at Gomez, who just exited the pits, well, way behind, and obviously with a mistake being done on the pit crew, a little bit out of position. But we do have Edda in good position, and now it's all about conserve the tires a little bit, be easy on the fuel, because that's now going to be the full fuel economy run. Yes, Michael, everything you do here on that race is fully commanded by you. All you have is weather conditions, weather forecast, water forecast for water on the track, tire rubber forecast. You can see like a black line here, which builds up some grip as the race develops, just like in real life. And you have all the other possibilities now. Here you can run the game in 2D mode. Here you run it like in 3D. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can have look at car conditions. Here there is the special bonus enabled, no red area, whereas here we have the red area. As the rear wing is quite a bit low on reliability, so it could break in the end. Nevertheless, there's 5 laps remaining, and have a little too less fuel. As you can see, literally everything here, and manage everything, so it's a real motorsports manager to me. Basically, it's the most technically and complex motorsports manager I've ever seen out in the web or as a game, so it's definitely granting some fun. So, interesting question. Safety cars now come out. Which will definitely help us because we are on an economy run. So we ignore it. We put it back up on fuel and tires. I expect the front guys to box though. At least some of them. Yes, there you go. So that still should enable us to pass them in the pits. Could turn out to be a good decision, could turn out to be a bad decision, you never know. So where does Gomez end up? Just a bit. At least another spot, so P8 could be very vital, having the championship in mind. So we are now in 2nd position and in 8th position. The Woodford cars are the Eastwood cars are 5th and 14th. So we can have a quick look at data center standings, championships. With those points being added, that's the title for Edda. It's a title for ACR by just 8 points. So we really have to look out for Firebirds, the light blue teams. And they are currently sitting in, you look at the lap charts, that, not that either, live timings, there you go. So as you can see, there's so much stuff you can really see and explore and exploit. So those are the both Firebirds. So you really need to hang on though, at the current position that we in. So there's still 1 lap left in safety car condition. I let that quickly. Yeah, tires are underheated, that's pretty much okay for now. I let the time go a little bit quicker. So 3 laps remaining. Still have not enough fuel saved. However, we might have towards the end of the safety car lap, which is going to happen soon. As I can see that the car conditions now starting to drop quite massively, so we now can turn up the fuel a bit as well as overtake and attack, because just two laps left, as we just hope the car to withstand forces so we can even put on more fuel. So we are currently leading that race for some, yeah, because the other guy has boxed, so we now have a good chance to win and secure those points actually needed. So Gomez in P5 making his way up. Edda is able to go a little bit away, as I quickly want to save the game, because you guys know me. You guys know my PC likes to crash sometimes very often. I don't want this to happen right now, because that definitely gives me the championship and the possibility to step up into the next available championship here. I quickly gonna turn on the overtake button for Gomez, so maybe he can do anything on the final lap, as the P4 guy is a little bit more done with damage. Yeah, there we go. Was a good pass. Currently 4th position. First is secured, so we take down the fuel, we take down the tire pushment. Nevertheless, for Gomez, will it be enough in the end to withstand 5th position there? Some guys are out of fuel. We are on low on fuel with Gomez as well, so we put him quickly in saving mode, make it sufficient fuel towards the line, and just over the line we come in home 1st and 4th. So guys, you remember me saying, are we not gonna win that Phoenix Grand Prix anyway? So that's 3.8 million of money wasted. And if you want to know how much that is to develop an engine, like 0.1, 0.2 million. Right, there you go. Money wasted. Yeah, but probably I wouldn't have had picked the right sponsor in the end anyway. Have the possibility to check strategy, how different strategies were. Gap to leaders and everything. See the gap here between Edda and Andre, that they swap positions. Event pit stops. Literally can see everything here. Data, it's actually ridiculous. What can be seen here. Graph mode. Also give that as a chart mode. Can analyze so much stuff, it's ridiculous. So, do safety car laps, that definitely helped. Gap to leader, pit stop history, pit lane time. The worst definitely were here. That took quite long and was a mistake in between. Same goes with the position tracker. Like you can see everything. You can see, I mean, you can analyze everything, look at everything. Tire history, tire selection, you can see the way of the other guys. So, the Firebird guys, incredibly, I'll look at their tires. However, look at Avid Chronic Racing tires. They use so much more during the weekend, especially from the soft company. But nevertheless, standings, that's Ella winning the championship, Avid Chronic Racing winning the championship as well as it stands. That means we're gonna be promoted to the next level as scrutineering goes on. You always have the possibility to build car parts that are illegal, but if you caught building some, you're gonna get points deducted, you're gonna get positions being taken away. But here's no rules broken. So it was a sponge objective. We met that, so we get a surplus of 8,000. And yeah, fastest lap bonus gives us additional points. So here's the race winner, Edda. Thank you very much. Team principal, that's me, happily. Phoenix final standings of Drivers Championship. That's Edda winning it as well. I already said. Also Avid Chronic Racing winning it after 11 of 11 rounds. That's great. Dramatic race in Phoenix ends in Avid Chronic Racing team win. I quickly gonna go further. And now comes to a very exciting part of this game, which is planning, or, well, getting the year to the end and then planning for the new car. And next year we probably have to look at new drivers, getting a bit better. But we have to see, I mean, also have to look at the money. So the next year in championships definitely gonna be a building year to build up a new team, build up some resources. As you can see, a lot of fees, and here race mechanics, designers, wages, personality traits. I don't really know what's that about. Yeah, Pitcrew. So much wage has been paid there, so that's gonna harm us badly on the bank account. Nevertheless, go on and click us through all the upcoming things. So that's the important thing. We've just got some achievements here, which was losses from Schlusslicht zum Sieg. That means from the very back to the win. Get one driver to a win by starting from the last position on the grid. We did that with Edda today, which is great. Next thing is start at the pit wall, winning a season team and a season drivers championship in 1 year. I think we have had another one, because it said 2 new achievements, but not too sure. Nevertheless, great result here. We continue as we now get our trophy and the prize money of 13.7 million, which is still great. So the game is going to be saved, and now you will see how a car is built from scratch for the next year. So looking at the email, car condition, we don't care because season is finished. Have an interview, that's for sure. So congratulations on securing the European Racing Series title. What was the secret? On pinpoint at a thing. My team superbly well. I agree. A is probably the best answer, because with other answers you also could destroy or make damage. Pitcrew review. I've conducted an after action report. Thank you for enough amazing, great reigning you Racing Series champion. So great marketability, great morale, mechanic relationship grows, and obviously chairman's happiness, which is great. That's just news. Contracts running down. So we have to lengthen contracts with either the lead designer, with Edda, the racing winner, and with both race mechanics. So now there is again the task to manage all that stuff. So we're looking into drivers, looking towards scouting, see whether we can approach a different driver just by chance. Some contracts are ending this year. Which is important. So here we have a GT driver. Drivable serious. Can really literally drive in everything, but not interested. Okay. So have to look on. Out for scouting. So Royal would be an interesting thing. He was not interested back then, but I just tried to approach him again. No, he doesn't want to. Fair enough. So we try with Royal. Whether she wants to have a talk. No, she doesn't. So this finding drivers is sometimes a bit difficult, I admit. A Panet, Challenger Series. Don't think that Molly Fox would be interested. That was obvious. There's a lot of clicking going on now to see if there is any kind of driver wanting to talk. It's just like that with Avid Chronic Racing real life as well. Nope. Probably have to find the driver that's currently a little bit unhappy. So we also have to look drivers, single seaters, all. They are all bound into any contract whatsoever. So here are about a few jobless people. Really? So sharp. Yeah. Would have been too good, wouldn't it be? So that's just William Evans. So we need to scout some drivers. Considerably young ones to develop still. They are also a bit more a bit more cheap. Right, same goes for the designers. There are some people not being contracted at the minute. Let's see if there's anyone. Philip Wolf, that would be great. Not interested, fair enough. Probably we have to do this soon as we announce where we're going to go. So, looking on the pit crew and hire someone. Fixing. Those values should be considerably good. So we've just hired a new swap him with that guy. Swap that one. with that guy. Right, so try a Finnish guy. Drivers Finnish. Oh. I don't think that this guy is going to help. However, Tony Klaassen, European Racing Series. I mean, he's not better than Gomez. I would be interested though, but that doesn't really help me because Gomez has also 2.5 stars, and that guy has a bad fitness. So sorry, the current Finnish guys on the market doesn't really suit. Like I would be more interested, in someone like this. But yes, we already know, not interested. Anyway, looking at the sponsors, have all of them set. All we can do now is like literally go and get our prices. Cars have been fed, that's alright. Championship prizes ceremony now taking place. So that's just a report. That's the prize money. Manager of the season. Not me, but fair enough. Driver of the season. Not from our team, also fair enough. Receive Pitcrew. And that is the 13.75 million being added to our car balance, bank account balance, which is great. Go on. And I think this is the end of the season. We finished all our current jobless, fine, promotion opportunity. So, congratulations on winning the title. Now, time for the big question. Would you like to take a step up towards the Asia Pacific? Yes, Michael, I'm quite sure that they still will produce very high leveled drivers, nevertheless. We will be asked to answer that questions. If you accept promotion, or technical experts shall brief you mechanics on the current regulations. Expect your car to be upgraded to a more competitive level. I would also remind you that the Asia Pacific Super Cup offers a promotion bonus. It will be given 10 million if you accept the offer. What do you say? Well, I think we're gonna accept that. So we take the team towards the next level, which is great. So the Asia Pacific Super Cup rules, which have been voted on over the course of the last year, have now become active. This may of course have some changes. Engines can be developed, probably bad for us. So, meanwhile, in the Asia Pacific Cup, ACR F1 has been promoted from the European Racing Series, where Garuda will drop down. So, we continue, and then there is the pre-season start coming up on the 11th December 2018. And this is where the interesting part of this game really starts. So the game will be saved because now you have to decide on particularly important decisions. So we need to get cracking on the 2019 chassis. So we're gonna design next year's car. So last year we've saved 7.2 million for the new car. Gives us 29 million of balance, and now we have to decide on a lot of things. So engine supplier, fuel supplier, material supplier, brake supplier, and we really want to look at having good fuel efficiency and good improvability, and the base stat modifier to be kinda high. However, costs should not exceed the limit. I need to play a lot now, like really see what's going on there. Brake supplier. Wrong. It's difficult to really weigh up the balance of stuff. I will take away all of the money for now. Quickly rethink. Do we really need this? The decision on the end is so bad. Because you want to have a good fuel efficiency, however the improvability is really important, but very costly. Talking about fuel, customization is not available, so we have to play with the stars down on the ground. I think we take medium here. Play with medium here as well. Here the most expensive part is definitely the better decision. Oh well, this is a building year anyway, so we take this. There were some 4 millions left here, the car to build. Chassis is developed now, everything goes considerably quick. Have finished scouting. As also need to start renewing contracts, so I definitely want to keep Edda. Start the negotiation. Will be #1 driver, I think that's for sure. Status is fairly important anyway, wages aren't very important to me. So what's maximum lowest? Keep it low. Might prefer a short con. No. Should be end of 2019. It will give us patience once. Bonus size isn't very important. I should at least that requirement, shouldn't I? somewhat. Yes, Jens, you're absolutely right, and I will try to get rid of Gomez here. That's why I have already found out on some. That's just news, I think. Scouting people, there you go. Some hours left on Morales. Let's see if other drivers are now actually able, wanting to talk to me. People are already trying that fin again. Sadly, he doesn't want. See, there should be a few more jobless people now. Sabado, maybe we have chance here. Oh, there you go. Start negotiations. Number 2 driver. Wages are not. I'd prefer on signing a fee. $300,000 bonuses. He has some kind of patience because there is no a kind of job in the backhand anyway, so that's good. Also looking at scouting for designer. A lot of people being free. However, all the good ones are bound. She's interested though. I mean, she got 4 stars as a vacancy. B. Smith, that is great. Get on talking with her. And we compare him. So before negotiating with her, we quickly have to compare with him. Engine, that's great, we need engine. Gearbox, that's a par. Bad on brakes. Okay, she's good on the rear wing, she's a little bit worse on suspension, better on the front wing. So the values of our current designer aren't too bad. Performance 20. I will approach her at least. The wages are important. Contract. Split a nice signing fee. Should be that. Bonus prizes are important. Okay, take that, but we also want to have someone in the back. Been too good. Hawkins, maybe. Nope. The other guys are probably not. Callum Hamilton, maybe. Not interested. Yeah, all the others are not really worth approaching. That guy maybe, but I mean, those people leave if they don't feel like being in the right team in the end. Well, always have to take that into consideration. He's probably an interesting person. Oh, but there's only patience once. So I want to compare her first. Good on the end. on the gearbox, considerably good on the brakes, good on the rear wing. Yeah, her attributes aren't that bad, that good though. We'll just approach her though. Weight is important. Medium contact. Team pays it all. Fee. To be fair, I leave it. I really can't afford her. So, I think we're down on the options. Now we have to look at the race mechanics as well, or we simply keep them. So Ruby we have started negotiating with. There's nothing further interesting there. So, if you're asking what kind of hours I got on that game, it's 173. I'm like taking it kind of serious, like it or not. So there's some nice engineer, maybe being interested. We compare it. Well. There is no big question, isn't it? Medium contract, team pays it all, like a nice signing fee. Alright, take that. Bonus size is important. He has kind of some patience, so we can like see what he's up to. Maybe we can find out on another one. Okay, not interested. Fair enough. I mean, taking people away from other teams is kind of costly. Thank you very much for your feedback here, Jens. I'll take that in consideration when going on. So that's probably an interesting person since she can still learn. Compare her to Ellie. Pit stops are very important. Chemistry, reliability. See, I still approach her though. Long contract, which is for me. Probably around that. Even split. Okay. Add a nice fee. Isn't very important. Got some patience as well, so we try starting it with nothing. Right. There we go, I think we have everything we need at the minute. As we set the budget for next year's car for low now. So here we don't need that, we don't need that. Sponsors, nothing to do here. Scouting just takes some time. So we have at least one scouting being finished. We see okay, interested. There is no red mail. That's alright. Next board has come. Scouting department. No, that's Max Schmidt. Being full build already, but definitely faster than Gomez. Second driver, that's sure. Aren't very important, so we keep that low. Short contract. Got 3 patients anyway, so we keep it. Proposal sent. So I think that's a driver. That's 2 patients gone. So if he feels insulted on that, alright. So let's see if that makes him happier. Let's see about her. Wages are more important. So let's see if that's alright. Oh, really? Why? That's just not right. Right. Now I have to look. I'm looking at drivers. Header should be free. There you go. It was within negotiations anyway. And suddenly the status isn't too important. Well, wages are important to me. I have to do it all over the place. Fact. Nice signing fee. Okay. Bonus size is important. And if you guys keep thinking and want to change anything or want to note anything, just let me know. Still checking the chat. So is there anyone else that went off the team? Well, I wanted to have a new engineer anyways. Well, that's alright. And I was on with 2 car mechanics as well. Not good for our car development though. So we quickly get someone in. So that's last chance here for I'm probably now being a little bit in getting some line, so that will be fine. A further contract proposal. So driver Max Schmidt is happy to talk with me still. that on a little fee. As you can see, it's quite difficult to manage everything in the off season. Okay. So I see this is going way too expensive to me. Right, we have a dilemma here. Unique opportunity. As lately, after one of the engines caught fire in the garage, the team are calling their work unsafe. So we have an opportunity with our upcoming marketing material to exploit this mistake and compare it to our superior working conditions. Let's do it. Have a little bit of risk. So Heather wants to talk to us again. Last chance though on the wage. Let's hope she agrees. What happens then? Scouting report finished. The Ellie Marsh could be interesting as well, and happily interested. Of the rest. So Ruby wants to have another talk. Okay, probably need to get on the max here. Same here. But I think she can be considered ours. The Stiegelmann. Nope, not interesting for us. So Eve is coming to us, that's good. She can sign stuff. So she agrees. And well, it's Wayne in the end anyway. Furthermore, that contract signed, that's good. I think we missed. Here we have to adjust once. Well, okay. Try this. We still have to wait. So Max already said yes. Have to see drivers and costs then. Sabado accepted as well. Alright. That doesn't want to join. And Ruby, she's coming in, that's great as well. So we definitely get her signed, because there's no better option. Then we hope Juan Lopez to come here for the race mechanic. Then we would at least have 2 drivers. Not sure if I'm really happy with them, because they, well, do not really develop still. So we may look for another team driver. Definitely a young one's gonna be scouted now. Maybe there's some Javari that can be put in as a test driver, something. So that's good. Sign him. Or her. Great. So we're perfect on the stuff. All we need to accept on is drivers. I hope that there you go. Contract offer accepted as well. So looking into drivers there. We now really have to compare and see within the details. Compare with number 2. He agreed to the number 2 driver. 562 costs per race. 18,000 on the bonus. 5. Oh, she agreed the number 2 as well. I was signing. Marsh is probably the most expensive. Has no fees at all. So we signed them. I mean, yeah, Michael, I so much agree. That came up to my mind as well. So I think we now have settled all contracts. All we need to look now is test drive. So apply a breakthrough. Got off the phone. Definitely gonna do it, no matter what. That's helping us a lot. It will help the races. Upgrade the telemetry center. Alright. So one of the opponents still on their HQ. Oscar Krog. Interesting. Interesting. Important reserve driver, that's for sure. Important there. Contract. I would love that. That's and he accepted eventually. Great. Because and sign him for a test and driver. Continue to find him. Costs at all. Probably was an early shot though. Could be worse. So we're definitely looking good for the future. As we're finally coming towards livery edit. So, as you can see, fuel efficiency increased by 1, which is good. Edit car livery. So guys, still watching me here, what kind of colors would you love to see on the car? We definitely have to change some colors first. Because we are looking get the Sax Bleed blue on that. Tertiary color, how about that? Having some red stripes on the car? I think that looks somewhat fine to me. Trim color. Not orange. Same blue or white. I think white is better. We take that. Livery wise. What about changing between 8 and 9? Not sure whether to take 8 or 9. Guys, it's your chance here to take and gain on the action. 8 or 9, first 3 answers will decide. So anyone? Livery 8 or livery 9? That's a 1-0 for 9. Any other thoughts? Well, Timo, there is no 0. We have to go for either of 1. That is currently 9, Michael, and that one is 8. Tweak the colors to what? To the other orange here, because the blue is already dark speed color. All I can do is light blue instead of the white. So like that. Probably that's too hard now, so the other trim color is probably the better option. Light blue on the wings. How about that? So which one to adjust then, Timo? Okay. So secondary color should be light blue. And this one is the white then. Like that. Alright. How about the cherry color? Let me quickly look up different color code. Some of that's 7.1. Well, that's the official ACR colors here. Happy with that, guys? Yeah, I know, delay. Great, so probably 8 or 9. If you would ask me, 8 is probably a little bit better looking than 9. So 8 or 9. There you go. Takes it 9 and we continue. Yes, that's the car livery. So keep working on the car. Another unique opportunity. Another report finished of Jaco Prendel. Not too much of an interesting driver. Another unique opportunity. And now I have to see whether marketability still strikes, since the marketability is already 100%, so that doesn't give me any benefit. However, it gives me downside on the happiness of the team principle, so no impacts for that. Contract ending with whom? Right, season car testing is now starting. Oh, interesting. But Oscar has still the same amount of possibility to learn. So, I think the other one is good. We cancel it here since he is already a bit further. Right. And then we continue. So pre-season testing. This test will tell us how we've done over the off-season. Fingers crossed that the car is good. Important that you know about the GMA wide change to the car modifications on race weekends. Weight striping allows to strip the car parts down bones in order to decrease overall weight of the car. Liability but increases performance, we all know that. For practice qualifying race, however, any head brake. Introduction to Pitcrew. Job specific. That's every pit crew. 5 core stats, tires, front check. Fixing. Okay, recovery. Cover some stamina. Quickly read that so I understand. That's it. So, taking on the pit crew. Back, he is right, he would right. I don't see someone for refuel at the minute. Okay though. Probably here on the tires we got someone wrong. You. With him. W with him. And we got the best guys on the tire stuff. However, probably because of the fixing problem. Rest is great. Right, still looking at the car. Which date is days, and we can finally head off. Work on the car parts. Before that, we have to do pre-season testing. So, fingers crossed. Engine not delivering full power, that's bad. Oil leak, that's bad as well. It looks like we have some kind of engine problem. Oh no, I don't want to run in a McLaren Honda thing. So, after stepping up into the next level of racing, probably hard season to come now, as the car is really poor, drivers are poor, everything else is fine, which is good. Pre-season testing report, we had fairly decent showing in pre-season testing. I'd say we've had a fairly good winter and our performance is about where we could expected it to be. Well, as an upcomer, surely. Improving your reliability and building some new parts should be the order of the day, that's true. So targets for 2019. 5th up front, 7th up front, or 9th. Oh, what do we want to get up front? How was points being rewarded here? Rules. 18 races on average being given just for the top 10. Because I do not know at all where we're gonna be, and it's gonna be definitely a building year. We take the easy option. Continue. Pause, because now we want to design parts already, and as it seems we can build everything. So we're gonna build a new set of brakes because it's important for the next race. Tire wear efficiency improved. Okay. Definitely want to have better deceleration, so we build that part. Yeah, we do. And looking into reliability. Reliability doesn't look so bad on current parts. Gearbox and front wing's gonna be the other thing that's gonna be important. So let's work on those parts here. I'm trying to bring up a new front wing soon. Let's take this. Brake's gonna be finished soon. Wind tunnel. There's the brakes. So, and then I think we quickly gonna do. It's quite late already. I think we stop this here in a split second then. So we look at the new brakes. Performance 439, reliability 40%, check out on the car. Fit in the parts. So definitely some improvement. However, reliability is an issue. Nevertheless, we fix it to one of those cars and try to improve the brake reliability towards the beginning of the next race. Now in the next part is we're looking into the next race a front wing, because that's important as well. One hour before the race, new brakes would be a bit ready, but since we got more stuff to do, keep away from that. So we do the front wing, low speed corners. Your front wing's gonna be better anyway, so we just take it on reliability, build that part as we do. Then we quickly gonna simulate towards the end of that week. Got two other mail. That guy is always telling some lies and stuff. Fine with money, no worries. So we continue, and then we would have to have the travel towards Singapore. But guys, since it's kinda late and I think I've bored you quite a bit, we're gonna stop this here. If you wanna see how this story goes on, make sure to like this video, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell all the enthusiasts of motorsports and probably of sim racing about this game, about this show. Note in the comment if you want to see that stuff carrying on. Probably will pull it back on my channel then. Nevertheless, if you like what you see, make sure to hit the like, share and subscription buttons. And yeah, I hope despite this kinda long story and kinda long thing we went through, you had a little bit of fun. It's definitely like one of the most complex games, and I've tried to get it a little bit closer to you, get you a little bit more known into that stuff. So if you had some fun, hit the like button. Let me know whether to carry on that or not. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. My name is Michi Hoyer. I'm from Avid Chronic Racing and I was live for the Simpit. And I'll see you guys out on track.